G'day guys, Charlie here from Deutz-Fahr, New Zealand. We're out here today with our two 5100 DV tractors. These are the two variants in our sort of premium specialist offering. So to my right we've got our Powershift variant, and then to my left we have our TTV. So today we're just going to go through a few of the key differences between the two machines. So some of the features that they have in common, as well as the features that set these two machines apart. We'll look at how they're going to sort of suit different applications and which one's going to be best suitable for you and your system. Alright, so the two machines are both based off the same platform, so in terms of the wheelbases, and they also offer the same widths and model differentiations as well. So they've got the same horsepower offerings. They're available in either the V, the S or the F configuration in terms of your total overall width. So they're sort of the similarities between the two. I guess when you look at the key differences, the biggest one's going to be your transmission. So to my right we've got our Powershift variant, so that runs a 5-gear 3-stage Powershift with 3 mechanical ranges. Whereas when you go to the left you've got the more premium offering, which is our TTV variant. So this is your infinitely variable speed transmission. So same as what we run throughout our larger ag tractors in that professional sort of space. It allows you to keep your engine and your ground speed completely independent of each other. So if you're spraying or anything like that, you can set your revs to get your pressure right for your sprayer, and your ground speed you can be very accurate, and it's completely independent of your engine speed. So you're not using gears or chasing gears to try and maintain that speed. You simply tell the tractor how fast you want to go and it's going to maintain that speed. When you look at the hydraulic pumps between the two, that's another sort of key point of differentiation. So on our Powershift we run a 68 litre a minute tandem gear pump, so it's an open centre style hydraulic pump. When we go to our TTV we've got our high capacity 100 litre CCLS pump, so our closed circuit load sensing hydraulic pump. So if you've got those very high demanding hydraulic implements such as sprayers or anything like that, you're probably going to be looking more towards the TTV offering. Whereas if you're just running general sort of orchard or vineyard sort of gear, then you can look at more your Powershift, more of a simple basic option. Still got a large capacity with 68 litres, but you're not going to have that high demand 100 litre flow like you do with these ones. So both these tractors now share the same cab, so the operator environment is translated across. So previously we only had the flat platform Cat 4 cab on our TTV range, and most of our Powershift tractors used to run the tunnel for the drive line down through the middle, whereas now we've got a full flat platform high spec cab available throughout our Powershift range as well. So the advantages of going to a cab like that, having the flat platform, obviously space is already at a premium on these narrow machines, so by having a flat operator platform, when you're sitting in that same position all day and you're unable to move your feet, you can get quite stiff and sore, whereas with these, just that little bit of movement by being able to stretch your legs out a bit or to adjust as you work in those long days, it really sort of saves the fatigue and the soreness, I guess, at the end of the day. As well as that, access to the machine, so if you're having to get in and out of the machines regularly, the steering columns fold right up out of the way, nice flat platform so you can just climb into the tractor nice and easily. You're not having to fold yourself into the tractor or try and get back out of it, which makes it a lot easier. The Cat 4 cab system, so again, it's been around on our TTV tractors for a while, whereas now we also have it on our Powershift machines. So how that works, basically you've got your carbon filters on one side of your cab and your paper filters on the other, and then inside the machine we run an electronic diversion system which just diverts your air intake. So if you're working with sprays or anything like that, any of those sort of hazardous chemicals in that sort of environment, you can simply press your Cat 4 button, it'll pressurise your cab, it'll run a test to make sure that your filters still have charge and that they're ready to go, and then it'll basically tell you that you're good to go spraying and that your cabin is safe essentially. When you're doing things like mulching or trimming or any other sort of general work within the orchard or the vineyard, you can simply hit the diverter. That'll send the air back through your paper filters, which will save obviously your carbon filters, so you're not wearing those out as quickly and having to get those recharged all the time. So a real simple, easy system, and a very safe system as well for your operators and yourself. Another key difference between our two machines, so our TTVs here, they're running a Tier 3 engine, whereas when you go to our Powershift machine, they're a Tier 5. So the key difference obviously is running an AdBlue and a DPF on these machines. From an environmental standpoint, for a lot of the corporate sort of vineyards and orchards and things now, when you've got like your scope 3 emissions and that sort of thing coming into play, obviously the AdBlue is a very big tick for those guys. So it basically helps clean up the exhaust and the gases that are coming out the back end of the tractor. Our TTV is probably the lower maintenance version in terms of you don't have the AdBlue or the DPF. However, it's still as clean as can be without running those additional after treatment systems. So still a very clean and efficient tractor, no matter which one you go for. Inside the cab, in terms of your controls, the TTV has a little bit higher spec, obviously being the more premium option, so all your controls are based on the armrest, and you've got the likes of your electronic, hydraulic controls, as well as a lot of other more electronic functions and a multi-function joystick, so a lot of your commonly used or commonly recalled functions are all come nice to hand. In a Powershift, in our New Zealand spec, we strip it back a little bit for simplicity's sake, so back to mechanical hydraulic levers, but it still is very well ergonomically designed, so everything falls to hand nicely. You're not having to sort of reach around to find a lot of stuff, it's all sort of falls to hand. If you do want to sort of spec them up a little bit, we obviously offer a range of options from the factory, which one of those in these machines is electronic QRCs or hydraulics. So yeah, you can still tailor and cater these machines to suit what you're wanting to do. But I guess, yeah, that's sort of the differentiation between your premium but more of a mid-spec machine as opposed to your full noise high-spec machine like we've got to my left here in the TTV version. So there you go, quick comparison between our two 5100 DV machines. So again, our 5100 DV Powershift to my right and our 5100 DV TTV to my left. If you'd like to see either of these machines in action or find out a little bit more, you can either jump on our website or head down to your local power farming dealership, have a chat to one of our sales guys, and they can help talk you through, I guess, the pros and cons and the benefits to each machine that might help it suit your individual application. Cheers.